Hello and welcome back to Colorado Fire College Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Gay.
And I am firefighter EMT Eric Schull. Today we're going to be talking about nozzles. So, in all of firefighting, basically, in all of its history, there's been really only two types of nozzles. We haven't seen much variation before. But there is a new nozzle that we looked into, or that Chris looked into, that provides a different variety that we haven't really seen before. And while it's simple, there's a lot of possibilities with it. So we're going to get into that a little bit.
Yeah, recently I met LJ Geist with HEN Nozzles. He's a product rep, and he flew out, or actually drove out to Colorado to come see me and showed me his nozzles. And I was actually quite impressed because it's a three-part nozzle. It basically has a turbo, a bail, and then a nozzle. And what makes this unique is that the turbo actually acts as an inductor, creating back pressure, allowing more consistent flow. The bail is a gate ball valve, which allows smoother turning on and off. And then lastly, it's the tip that they use. They have a smooth bore combination tip that you can use as a smooth bore for penetrating distance, or you can flip it over into the combination where it has a V-shape, pattern that just penetrates very well. But the three items combined really impressed the hell out of me. Yeah. And LJ was able to do a really good job of showing us how it can be used in many different fashions.
Yeah, that's a really cool variety to have all those things in one instead of having to switch out the nozzle if you want smooth bore or fog. And for me, from what you've showed me at least, what I think was most impressive was just that V pattern. It covers a lot of area that normally you just have that single, stream that you have to wave all around instead of just getting it in one go.
Yeah, and when it comes down to, three different parts, the turbo, the hydro, and then that portion's called the Blade 160. Okay. And it really is an impressive tool. It's got penetration power. It's got large droplets of water. But as you can see from some of the videos, it's able just to knock out the fire in one sweep, changing the IDLH environment, making it a livable condition, right. And, realistically changing the game when firefighting tactics. So when it comes down to it, it really is a superior nozzle.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, let's take a look at some of these videos. Obviously, we've got the example that LJ's given us here where he's using it to change the IDLH environment in the stairwell. He's using it to hit the high-temp gases near the ceiling that are usually coming up in a stairwell, making that a hazard. So he's changing the condition before he even gets to the basement. And then he's able to change the pattern of the nozzle and use penetrating power to hit the seat of the fire from where he's at. So it actually shows that it's a very versatile tool.
And that's another good point is how it does such a good job at not disrupting that thermal layering, where with a regular fog nozzle, if you're spinning it around, you're going to stir up that thermal layering and it's going to get hot in there. You'll have the steam conversion, which you'll get no matter what. But with the way that the pattern is, you disrupt that a lot less.
Well, I'll be honest, the size of the droplets of water were so large, I really don't think you're going to see the same steam conversion you ever would in a fog nozzle.
Right.
Which makes this a really, unique nozzle to use. The other thing I liked about it is when they were doing the window hydro ventilation, it really, you could just see it just sucking the smoke out of that area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And obviously that's going to help change the environment whenever you need to.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of uses.
Well, the other thing I want to touch on is we had, 4 or 5 wildland fires pop off?
Yep. Yeah, we did.
Season has changed. There's now a wildland season across the nation. We're seeing local boys deployed to California. Mm-hmm. Resources locally are being used. 5 Tango Alpha has been up in the air on a daily basis and, scouting out areas and being productive where they can.
And we've had a few fires here, not anything major like what's going on elsewhere, but it's definitely the season's starting to get going, which a little bit of a later start for some of these bigger fires, which is good, but it's starting.
We still have a fuel load, though. We had more water, so that's going to have more growth, and the fuel load will just be later in the season. We had a wildland fire, 20 miles away from the studio today?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Granted, it was only, half-acre fire, but still it just shows you that they're popping off close by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something that's always going to be a concern here in Colorado, at least. So you definitely want to make sure you're not complacent, because the beginning of the season you could be easy to be that way because it doesn't seem like it's as bad, but as it always does, it's starting to get going. So
yeah, at the beginning of the season, I went through my black bag and Yeah, I noticed that something had gotten in there and eaten all my energy gummies. So I needed to restock on those. But past that, my gear was pretty much ready to go.
I need to do that. I need to, because now it used to be that I kept my line gear just kind of back where the lockers were in the apparatus bay, and I'd just go grab it if we got a call for that. But the season's getting going enough now that I keep it on the truck in a compartment because, it's becoming more of a possibility for sure.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Well, remember to stay safe out there, guys. It's just middle of July, and things are obviously going to change, get more dynamic, but be safe, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.